Okay, have at it.
Welcome to the HighRoad Solution One-Stop Demo Series. Today's topic, we're going to talk about signups. I'm Jenny Lassie. I've been affiliated with HighRoad Solution for going on 9 years, first as a client and then as an employee. So I have experience handling deployments and deliverability for a wide range of clients with optimized recipient engagement top of mind. I routinely troubleshoot deliverability issues from filtering or email forensics. Also, I consult with clients on authentication, content strategy, email preference center management, and other deliverability optimization tactics. So today we're going to talk about email subscriber sign-up methods. There are many different ways to allow subscribers to sign up to receive your email communications, and why sign up and opt-in is important. And then finally, we'll get into a live demo of the different ways subscribers can sign up. So the different sign-up methods, there are many ways to allow your members, non-members, prospects, affiliates, vendors, or partners to sign up to receive your email communications. So first, there's an AMS opt-in in areas of interest. So basically, this is just a way to allow somebody to opt in maybe from your website, and it's actually creating a record in your AMS database for prospecting purposes. That way you can entice them to convert to membership at a later time and date. Normally, this is done if you have an e-newsletter or a newsletter that is not member specific, and you want to use that as a means to get people to sign up if there are other people interested in receiving that communication. That is a great way to kind of let people sample what you're offering and convert them to membership. 2, sign up widget. So inside the campaign email account, there's a sign up widget you can leverage, which will generate the code for you to actually place on your own website. And that widget will funnel anybody that signs up through that widget directly into your HighRoad campaign email account. And finally, there's a sign-up form. Now, this is a legacy sign-up form inside the tool. Just know that you can leverage this. There's also a sign-up form, aka form builder feature functionality inside the campaign email account that you can leverage for new sign-ups. You have a little bit more control over the look and feel. If you have custom CSS on your website, you can definitely use custom CSS in the form builder functionality. Also, custom email preference center with sign-up functionality. So a lot of our association and nonprofit customers have a custom email preference center that we host, and that is communicating directly with your AMS and your HighRoad account in real time. You can add additional functionality to allow people to, if they're not already in your subscriber database, it allows them to sign up. Now, in some cases, you might want those records written to your AMS. That's usually not the case. But if you want them signed up directly in your HighRoad account, those can live in your HighRoad account without being in your AMS and still allow you to send emails to that. There's also some text-to-join or text-to-email programs that our partner BlueHornet has, and so if that's something that you might be interested in, certainly do reach out to your account manager or anyone, or send an email to support@HighRoad Solution, and we would be happy to get you some more information on that. So to start, we have the AMS opt-in areas of interest. So many association and nonprofits opt in members to all email communications by default during the registration process, and that normally applies to members and allows the members to opt down from emails they no longer wish to receive when they click on an email footer. So they sign up for membership, they get all these emails right out of the gate. The only way that they can really manage the number of communications that they get from you is by clicking on a footer link. You can see in this little screenshot, that is the footer area. Update your preferences and unsubscribe will take you to your custom email preference center and allow you to opt down from certain communications instead of globally opting out. Or you could use your AMS portal to add non-member prospects to your AMS database, thus creating a record. So you might not want HighRoad's applications certain connectivity might be open where we can create a record. Most of the time that's not the case, where you don't want anybody to be able to create a record inside your AMS for data hygiene reasons. But if you do want to use your AMS portal, you can have a sign up on your website that basically is enticing them with a free subscription to maybe a highly sought after email communication you might send out that's not member specific, and they just add their email address and then they can sign up for those email communications. There's also the sign up widget. So you can create a simple sign up widget and place the widget code on your website to allow people to subscribe to a particular newsletter. This might just be where you capture, it could just be an email address and a form submit button, or you could maybe collect additional data like first name, last name. It could even be country if you're concerned about sending emails to any Canadian subscribers. But this is a way that you can track the date and timestamp on the subscriber profile of that sign up, and as well as the source. If it's a new sign up and then if it's a new subscriber to the system, then you will see. All right. There's also a sign up form, the legacy. So if you've seen this inside the tool under the subscribers menu, you'll see that there's a sign up form display. It's a pretty, like I said, it's legacy. It's been in the product a long time. You can still leverage it. You do have some ability to customize the look and feel. It's not customizable with CSS to make it look as pretty as you may want it to. You can also customize messages and also the contact information that's collected on that. And manage sign-up forms. So you can leverage Form Builder feature functionality to build forms that act as a sign-up form or a data collection form. So this is one of the newer features that's been introduced to the product. It's very handy. We call them data collection forms. Basically, Form Builder, I don't even like the word sign-up forms because they're really a lot more than that. So you can capture some simple survey information and have that data stored in either segments or custom fields inside your HighRoad account. But basically, this allows you to go under the subscriber menu, manage sign-up forms, and create an unlimited number of forms that have their own URL. They're hosted by BlueHornet, and you can drive your your members, non-members, constituents to this form and allow them to sign up for the communications they do want to receive from you. And the sign-up functionality with your email preference center. So we have a lot of customers that have custom email preference centers because they handle all of the subscription process when people are actually signing up for membership or affiliation with their organization. But that's really to allow people that are already receiving your emails to be able to pick and choose what they no longer want from you or what they want from you. Now, the sign-up functionality with the Email Preference Center is an additional component that can be added that can allow you to not only, search functionality, to allow people to search to see if maybe their email address is already a part of your database. And if not, that Email Preference Center can function and switch over to become a sign-up form or an opt-in form. What that's doing is it's collecting the email address, any of the preferences, and storing them inside, in this case, it can store them inside your AMS and your HighRoad account or just your HighRoad account. It's really up to you. So why offer the ability to sign up? Opt-in compliance. Really, that's the name of the game. I'm a rule follower, best practices, because every single time I've seen anybody try to do anything else, it always will bite you in the bum. So not only email marketing best practices, depending on the country the email address owner is in, you need consent to send emails to non-members and prospects if they're not a member and they don't have an existing business relationship with your organization. So sign-up form submit source is tracked to the subscriber profile with a date and timestamp, which completes the requirements for not only the CASL compliance, but a lot of other countries that have those types of sign-up legislation. Live demo time. Let's move on. And we're going to go to a live demo here. And I'm inside a campaign email account. So one of the first things is the email opt-in for the AMS. So one of our very proud business partners that we have, and NFIB, they have the ability to enter your email to get a free subscription. And they actually are capturing the email address, and then they'll capture a couple of other fields in the next screen, but it allows you to sign up for that free Small Business Insights newsletter. And that's helpful. This is actually adding them to the AMS portal, and therefore they can use that information for prospecting and hopefully converting them to membership at a later time and date. Let's move on to the sign up widget. So underneath the subscribers, sign up widget, you have the ability to create a widget, which is basically a snippet of code that you're going to add to a web page somewhere on your website, where you can collect, obviously the least amount of fields, or the required field would be email address, but you could also collect first name and last name and perhaps country in order to be compliant with other countries' opt-in legislation. And the custom fields input, so if you had any custom fields you wanted to collect on that form too, you certainly could. And you can choose the segment that you want these subscribers to exist in. So say, for instance, you want them to exist in maybe a weekly newsletter. So let's go ahead and add them to a weekly distribution. And you can establish some widget settings here as far as your font size, the font family you might be using. So there's some other, web safe fonts cascading, gradually down depending on what people's defaults are, that they will override what you have there anyway, but the typical web safe fonts are available in that drop-down menu. Any of the background colors, text color, and also if you want to display a thank you message, like once they hit submit to that button, a thank you message can display, or you can simply redirect these constituents to a URL. It might be like a thank you page that exists on your website, something along those lines, or you could do a thank you message and customize your language and hit generate form code. All right, so you can preview the code here. You can say first name, last name, so it's pretty basic. So anywhere you put this on your website, you'll see these four form input fields here with the submit button. You can customize this to a little bit if you need to add maybe some CSS to here, but to not change the existing code that is applied, you copy that and simply place that onto one of your web pages. So that is the sign up widget. Now moving on to the sign up form. This is a little bit longer of a process. There are a lot more features you can do. So let's go ahead and create a form. And we're just going to call this okay, and the public form title. So whatever the public form title is what will be up here in the tab. Okay, now we can begin to edit our draft. It's going to load up Form Builder, and now we can start to customize our form fields. So we have first name, last name, email. Maybe we would also like to add country, so let's go ahead and add country. Label country, select input type. Okay, and you can require this field if you'd like, and then be done. And then you can add, so these are just the fields that people are signing up with when they're signing up for your communication. And then you can select any number of options from create a form field. So let's just go ahead and use a checkbox because we're going to have a few different options for people to opt into. So let's just call this available email newsletters. Okay, and let's go ahead and choose a segment. So we're just going to allow them to choose either a daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you already have the segments created, you can search for those, or if you haven't yet created those segments to store those subscribers to, you can create them here. I've already created some here, so I'm just going to go to the daily to find my segment. And then I'm going to add another option. And add another option. For monthly. It's good to give subscribers some options in terms of the frequency. Maybe they'd like the newsletter, but they don't want it as often. So this is just a way that you could parse that out. And so once somebody is actually adding themselves to this daily newsletter, they're going to be added to the segment that is named Daily Newsletter. You can have the option text differ from what the segment name is. So just know that you can override that and edit that. Okay, so we've added that custom field here. If you wanted a real-time preview, you can certainly look at that down here. But let's just go ahead and save the draft as we are here. Okay. Now it says I have unmapped fields here, so I'm going to click on here and save. Okay. Now this is a real-time preview if you ever wanted to close it and take a look at what you've done so far. Now we're collecting first name, last name, email, country, and they have a Dropbox, a drop-down menu to choose from all the, what country they're from, and the available email newsletters. They can choose daily, weekly, monthly. Whenever you choose this checkbox type feature functionality, you are allowing them to make a multiple select. A radio button or like a little round circle would indicate a single select, but we want people to be able to, if they want to get the daily one and the weekly one and the monthly one, and they can subscribe. Now you can adjust the look and feel. So if you wanted to maybe manage the look and feel a little bit, maybe you don't want the background color to be gray, maybe you want to change it to a like a blue. Let's choose something like that. Okay, and then maybe background position. Okay, and then content wrapper. You might want to choose a different width for your page. Any padding, any background color that you might want, maybe the background color for here you don't necessarily want to be white. You can adjust the header styles if you'd like, the header content if you'd like. And instead of your brand here, maybe we want to add a logo. There we go. Okay, so we added a logo. Now maybe we want to change this background to be white instead of black. Okay, and then we can choose form area. Do you want the label font to be Verdana and 14 points and label weight normal and padding 20 pixels, or you can certainly make some adjustments. There's also footer styles here. We have the footer is this gray. If we want to make the background color maybe white, let's go ahead and do that. And maybe we want, instead of it saying your company, we'll go to footer content. And we can do copyright 2015. HighRoad solution. And if you do know custom CSS, you can input that here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and save our draft. And we can go to Manage Forms. Now our draft is in draft mode. If we want to publish the draft, we go ahead and hit Publish Draft. Are you sure you want to publish this draft? Yes. What that does is that is hosting that sign-up form on the server here, and you can drive any new subscribers to this particular link. So if you go and copy this link here, and go to another browser tab, and paste it in. And you can see this is the page where it's hosted. We could have added a little bit more space at the top, but first name, last name, email, country, and the available e-newsletters. Okay? If you wanted to allow people to use this also as like a preference management that's only integrated with your HighRoad campaign email account and not your AMS, then you can use this link structure in any footer that you might use for any emails that you want to send out to allow people to maybe deselect daily, but they still want to get the weekly and the monthly. You can allow them to do that by driving them to this, this link from the email body of any email they receive. Okay, so that is Sign Up Form Builder. Now we can take a look at some custom email preference center options. So one of our valued clients here is using the Preference Center not only in a search capacity, but also as a sign-up vehicle. So on their website, if you scroll down, you have the ability to enter an email address here. Now, what the feature functionality behind this little widget here is that they are using the search capability. So then let's go ahead and see any address that I know would not be a part of their database. Let's see here. So info@jennylassie.com. I know that doesn't exist, but let's go ahead and manage. So it's going to search the database to see if they're in the AMS, and if not, or the AMS and or the HighRoad account, if not, they're going to get drawn to a blank form here. So now what this person could do is, first of all, there is flexing on the page. So since some new sign up is not existing in their AMS environment, they will not have the ability to opt into member-only communications. But there is a join message on here, which is nice because it does entice people, oh, there are things that I'm not able to get because I'm not a member. Maybe I should join. Now, anytime I then interact with this form, it is adding the email to the HighRoad account only. And that's done just to allow people to pivot over to, that don't exist in your AMS. It allows you to still send them email, and it allows the email preference center to still manage those subscriptions because some of that preference data is stored only in the HighRoad account for any records that are not in the AMS. Okay, and then just speaking to high level at the text to join programs that BlueHornet has offered here under the strategy tab. They do have the text to email programs. Now that's really a professional services engagement with BlueHornet, which is the backbone engine of your HighRoad account. So what they have done for like Chuck E. Cheese's, for instance, they do have that case study available, and if you want access to that, just let us know. Shoot an email to support@highroadsolution.com, and we can be happy to send that to you. But it's basically a way for people to text a keyword to a 5-digit short code. And when they do that, they're prompted to enter in their email address and opt in to receive emails. Now, they're not opting in to receive a text message from your organization or part of the mobile, any mobile messaging that you might offer. This is purely a text to email program. So if you want to, everyone pretty much has their phone with them at all times. So if you wanted them, like maybe at a conference, to be able to opt into certain email communications, you could do a text to email program where they could just text their email address to a short code and automatically add themselves to your HighRoad BlueHornet account. So that's something, if you're interested in, just give us a call or send an email to support@highroadsolution.com. And that concludes today's one-step demo on signups.